clients. All right, this one I mentioned at the very beginning because I'm letting Kyla take it. MySafe Florida. So my background with MySafe Florida is I heard about it 2 years ago? I don't know. When I heard about it. Thought it was the best thing. I'm like, okay, we're going to apply for this. And I had some associations that I thought were going to meet it. We couldn't get anybody to get any money. We just kind of gave up.
It was not an easy process. It basically, the bill allows for the state of Florida to provide a grant to associations. I believe it's $2 for every dollar spent by the association.
But just to confirm, it's not free money. Well, I guess all money that you're given is free, but you have to spend money to get this.
Right.
So if you wanted to do, at the time, we were trying to push for window projects.
Yes.
And I remember that ended up becoming a problem because I think they got excluded or something. Well, the association's going to spend $100,000 on these windows. The state's going to put in $200,000 on these windows, and that's the MySafe Florida project.
The goal of this project, or this program, was to allow for hurricane-safe openings, apertures, so and roofs as well, so that if you had an association that didn't necessarily have all the funds to make your building hurricane safe, then the state was going to help you. But they had some really strong criteria and really strong requirements to fulfill. Very hard for many associations. And so I think the state kind of clarified and made it a little bit easier, but didn't necessarily just say, let's open the gates. Right? Because they don't have all these funds. They funded it more, but it wasn't as much as they should have. So condominium, they redefined the definition because we have some to exclude detached units. What we think about condominiums, they're usually units that are on top of each other. But I have some clients that are lots that are condominiumized. And so it was obvious to me, but it didn't say it in the statute, that if you are lots that are condominiumized, you are not part of this. And so now the statute was changed to say that for sure. Milestones and SIRS, it says that you cannot apply for this if you are required to do milestones and SIRS and you haven't done it. Now, I mean, SIRS, yes, everybody has to have it done by a certain date. But what if you're a condo that's not yet hit your 30th birthday? I don't know. I'm not sure. Does that mean you have to do it beforehand because you want to be part of this? I don't know yet. Previously, it required 100% approval of all unit owners in that structure to even start this process. That was lowered to 75% approval of the unit owners in that structure. So if you've got a condo with several buildings, weirdly enough, some buildings might be able to do it while others won't. So how is that for uniformity? That's going to be interesting too. It clarifies that the grants must be matched on a basis of $1 from the association, $2 from the state. It eliminated restrictions that grant contributions for roof-related projects is $11 per square foot, not to exceed 1,000. So it eliminated all these limitations of how much could be spent on stuff. And it basically said, if you can get this vote and if you can follow this process that we're doing, then you can get this grant. Those are some big ifs, by the way. And then it says grants for water mitigation. It only allows to grant funds to be used for water intrusion, mitigation devices, or improvements that will result in a mitigation credit, discount, or other rate differential.
Oh, good luck with that. And I don't know of any flood prevention device that gives any credits.
Exactly. So, and the mitigation improvements must be made to all openings, including exterior doors, garage doors, windows, and skylights, if doing so is necessary for the building or structure to qualify for the mitigation credit. So those were the big ticket items. By the way, I'm reading off of a summary that my firm has done, and I'm not sure if I sent it to you. It's definitely on our website. I'll send it to you.
Send it to me again. We will include it.
Yeah, so it's a full summary of the bill, not just for the MySafe Florida, but all of the bills that are affecting condos, HOAs.
Have you had anyone able to get any MySafe Florida money?
Not any of my clients. I have heard of other attorneys and some of my colleagues, but it was not an easy process.
Yeah, we kind of have determined that. Well, also, one thing we learned: if you want to hire a grant writer, they're really expensive. Like, they make the attorneys look, no offense, they make your attorney look inexpensive.
Well, I mean, it really depends on how much money you're getting, right?
Yeah, and so when we were trying for larger ones, we did use a grant writer. And we will probably try again because the threshold was lowered to that 75%, which will make it easier.